What are the 5 reasons men stop chasing and the games begin? What are those reasons? That's what we're going to explore today. What is it that made a man chase so hard and all of a sudden stop? And now we're in Game City and you don't know when it happened. My name is Chengi. I'm your dating and relationship expert here at the Black Swan Relationship Academy, where we teach you ladies how to present as a high value, high status, and high worth woman that high quality men find utterly and completely irresistible. If that is you, you are so welcome, and let's get going. Okay. When a man first approaches a woman, she is this idea, this fantasy, this thought, this hope, this illusion. And for the most part, that is what he's actually pursuing. When he saw you walking down the street and looking beautiful, he thought to himself, oh, I wonder. He went into his head and he thought about the multiple ways he would make love to you. Yes, I said make love. He wasn't thinking about making you his girlfriend. Oh, for goodness sake, that's not what's really on offer here, darling. He was thinking about how he would make love to you, but he also created a story in his head about who he thinks you are. And so he knows that to gain access to you, he would have to make an effort, make a little bit of an investment, especially if you're a black swan. It's quite evident. However, he soon realizes when you go on a date with him, because you're an oversharer, he now knows everything about you, your exes, what happened, your everything, your children, their background, everything, and the veil of mystery ends. Because in the time that he was getting to know you, you thought he wanted to know your trauma, he wanted to know your journey. Truth of the matter is that attraction is quite shallow in the beginnings. Men don't really want to figure out what you've been through and how hard it's been. It's too much too soon. It takes away the mystery that they need to keep exploring. And once they realize that you're just really a woman who's been damaged and gone through hell and back, and you're just still talking about it, then he now just wants to keep you on rotation. He just wants to keep you strung along until he can have sex with you one day, if he just hedges his bets. But he's really not trying to get to know you really well. This is why it's so important that when we're meeting a man, the only thing we need to focus on is really having fun, enjoying ourselves, sharing what is essential, and really setting boundaries and standards around how we want to be treated. As time goes on and the man begins to raise his attraction for you in a real emotional way, then you are in a position to actually call the shots on the love that you want, or to share some things, and even then sharing them in small bits, allowing him to discover deeper depths of you as time wears on. A man will fall deeper and deeper in love with a woman who shares some of the difficult things she's been through in the past, but only once he has truly established that she is truly valuable, that she is good for him, that she is able to regulate him, call him out, make him better. When I say call him out, it's more like call him higher to his higher self. When he has established that this woman is good for me, I'm good when I'm with this woman, I feel good about myself as a man, I feel good about the decisions that I'm making in this life. When a man is able to establish that, you are able to then share the deeper, more darker sides of yourself and the things you've been through. And because he has already established that he wants you, that he's wanting to keep you, that you are valuable to him, it'll be in his best interest to help you along with the healing. It'll be in his best interest to make sure that you're fully functional so you can always be there for him. House of Swans is the new portal for the Black Swan Relationship Academy. The House of Swans is where you will be able to completely access me and those of you who are serious, focused, and committed to your Black Swan journey. In the House of Swans, you will get access to many of the courses in the academy depending on your subscription level, but most importantly, you will get the exclusive courses I am creating only for the women in the House of Swans. So far, we've been talking about the power dynamics between men and women, sharing things that I will never share on public platforms, giving you insight so you understand how power flows between the masculine and the feminine. I'm also sharing about how to be completely and totally unforgettable in the bedroom, how to get a man to be completely and absolutely generous with you. And all you have to do to be a part of this elite society is to click the link in bio. And if you're watching this on Instagram, comment the word swans and a link will be sent to you. Love you lots. Number two, you slept with him too soon. He hadn't built up the right hormonal cocktail in his body to attach to you emotionally and to feel that he was truly connected to you. When we have sleep with men too soon, we actually disrupt and interrupt the build up and the receptors of the neurotransmitters that are essential for a man to fall in love. And so it's really important that we wait for the man to build up enough emotional attraction. And some men will fake the funk to get there quicker because they know that we're looking for it. But we know that within 2 months to 9 months, a man cannot before that even begin to connect. And for every man is different and the timeline is different. This is why waiting as long as humanly possible before you are intimate with him will help keep the intrigue, keep him coming for more, as long as we handle that with poise and ease. And we're talking about that in the House of Swans, in the sex course that's available only to the House of Swans. Number three, it's lost the thrill of the chase. You've stopped being chaseable. You stop being pursuable. You are a broccoli. You lay like broccoli. He knows where he's going to get you and what you're going to be doing. Your life is predictable. Your movements are predictable. You are literally waiting there like a little chicken with your mouth open, waiting for him to go and put something in it. Emotionally, mentally, there's nothing there. He knows you're not going anywhere. Something I always teach you ladies, that there's no man that should feel that his woman is not going anywhere because she has nowhere to go. Nobody's going to want her. She doesn't even want anyone. A man must always feel that you are there because you're choosing to be there, because you're choosing to be there because you are a loyal being. You're choosing to be there because you are a faithful being. You're choosing to be there because you've considered your ways, and you choosing him every day is very different from, I just love you so much and I'm not going anywhere because I'm now emotionally so attached to you and I'm so connected to you that I can't see myself with anybody else and I'm just so in love. This kills the thrill of the chase. Men must always feel like they're pursuing you, even when they've had 4 children with you. And you learn that art and that skill in a way that allows him to still feel chosen and still have his ego stroked in all the right ways in the House of Swans. Then the next one is he has become too familiar. You have spent too much time together. You were spending weekends, daytimes. You're spending too much time together. Familiarity has begun to set in. It's really important that we create space and distance in a relationship in ways that create that novelty, that uncertainty, that allows a man to still want to feel like he wants to be there. If you become too familiar, you are pooping in his bathroom while he's brushing his teeth. You're allowing little behaviors. You're allowing yourself to have bad breath all day and not brush your teeth for like whatever. You have become careless, too comfortable, too familiar, and he has no reason to pursue you, to please you, to do something for you, because there's something about you that just says bleh. And so we want to make sure we never allow ourselves to be familiar. I heard a lady online saying something that was really smart. She's a married woman, and I thought, good for you, girl. And she was saying the reason why your man is not worried about where you're going is because when you leave the house, you leave it like a vagabond. You know, you should always dress like you're going on a first date when you're leaving home. You should always put yourself together in such a way that a man is doing, where is she going? Who's she trying to meet? Why is she looking that way? You must always carry yourself in such a way that a man is concerned about you, not you concerned about him. He should wonder, where is she taking her beautiful self to today? This should be part of how you conduct yourself so that you never become too familiar. But sadly, we have been taught unconsciously to seek a relationship where we can become more and more comfortable. When we seek relationships where we become more and more comfortable, we're actually seeking relationships that we will ultimately lose. Next point is he felt disrespected at some point. You did something and there was a slight sense of disrespect. This wasn't major disrespect, but it made him lean back and say, I don't know if I want to keep pursuing at this level. I don't know if I want to keep chasing at this level. His momentum went backwards. Again, that place, you will find that with men pulling away and all of these things tend to happen when there's a perception of disrespect. Now I'm going to say perception because sometimes you are not actually being disrespectful. Sometimes you haven't been disrespectful. There's no disrespect issued. But depending on where he's coming from and what he believes is disrespect, or what he's sensitive to as disrespect, you could disrespect him. And so it's not about over policing yourself or over correcting, but recognizing that maybe something just felt disrespectful to him that is not disrespectful to you or to any other man, but particularly to him, and he was not willing to communicate that. So he stopped pursuing and is now playing games with you as a result. Now you're saying, Chengi, yes, that's me, I did that. Yeah, so what do I do? Well, join the House of Swans or make a call and let's discuss it. But if you don't want to do any of them, the most important thing to do is to let him go, create space, or have a conversation with him that is outlined in How to Talk to Men So They Listen masterclass that you can get in the House of Swans, or you can get on my website in the shop. You can download that and learn to communicate with men. But I would definitely say that once a man begins to play games, the best antidote to begin with before we try any other strategies is to create inaccessibility to you and distance, to create a sense of loss for him so that he can reevaluate and think about what it is that he wants to do. It is definitely not leaning in or doing more. I hope that this video was helpful. I will see you in my next one. In the meantime, do take care of you. Love you lots. Bye-bye. Listening to this broadcast, you feel that you identify with anything that I have said, I want you to know that we're not leaving you on your own. Actually, I have created a complimentary initial call with my coaches. You will be able from today onwards to call one of the coaches and have a conversation about the particular issue that is bothering you. This call is completely free. No obligation. It is our ministry and our service to you to make sure that we get to touch base with you, understand what's going on with you, and actually give you a moment to speak with a professional, maybe even for the first time in your life. But I don't know how long I'll be able to offer this to you, my darling swan. But whilst it is here and you're watching this video, please find the link below, or if you're on Instagram, comment help. Take care.